I love y'all. I do. I don't know some of y'all, but I feel like if I knew you, we'd be friends. I do. That has nothing to do with what I have to say. I just wanted to get that out, okay? Some of you might need to hear that. Somebody loves you. I love you. So it's only been a week since since there was an assassination attempt. I wanted to take a week to get some questions that I had answered, wrap my mind around some things, collect my thoughts. I don't know about y'all, but I still have the same questions now that I did last weekend. I don't know how to talk about that. So I'm not going to. Not that I would in this space anyway. The thing I guess I shouldn't say shocked about. The thing I was reminded of was how desensitized we all are. And we went back to business as usual pretty quickly. Now maybe you know some people, maybe a handful of people who didn't, it shook them up a bit, but for the most part, we as Americans just kind of moved on. I mean, it was within like 12 hours, maybe a lot less, that people were making jokes about that whole thing. I mean, people lost their lives. We're making jokes about it. But I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, we can go on our phones from the horrors that are happening in the Middle East to cute, funny animal videos, right? We can go from violence in our streets, maybe locally, to the next movie that's playing, or a new Wendy's menu, or something like that. We can go from information about how a new way the planet is dying. Yes, the planet that we live on is dying. We can go from that, or a new way that the planet's trying to kill us, some new disease out there. We can go from that to celebrity gossip. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be surprising. I mean, we're desensitized over war, and we're desensitized over sex, corruption, lies. I mean, we've been watching politicians lie right to our faces. And we know that they're lying, and we don't seem to care. I mean, not really care to the point where we'll do something about it, you know? I mean, smear campaigns don't even work anymore. There was a time where you dig up enough dirt on somebody, on a politician, they were gonna have to drop out of the race. Now, if you are shameless enough, you can just push right through, you know? It's a great message for the kids, right? Kids, you can accomplish anything as long as you're willing to push through, zero shame. And it's a lot has to do with us and how desensitized we are, right? We just don't care like we used to. And a lot's been going on, right? I still think that I still think that COVID has had a big time effect on us. You know, when you go through something traumatic, and you don't deal with it, and that traumatic event does something on the inside, whatever that something is, doesn't just go away, doesn't just get better. You have to deal with it. That's why you have people who were traumatized decades and decades ago in their lives, and they're still dealing with the aftermath of that. And that, I think, with COVID, is us. We have these extremist groups rising up. Now, I'm not an alarmist by any stretch. I'm a Christian, so my trust is in the Lord regardless, and I'm good. But I want to acknowledge it, acknowledge these things that are happening, right? Like these extremist groups that are popping up, ain't good. And I am in the realm of church where like we don't talk about, there's a whole lot we don't talk about. There's a lot of taboo subjects, or subjects where you have to agree with the majority of your church, or you'll be dismissed or shot down or whatever. So look, I don't know what to do. This is a mental health check. I'm not sure what to do about all that. I really don't. It's almost like we need group therapy. But I don't know if nationwide therapy is possible, but this is what we need. I don't even know who would lead the therapy. It would have to be somebody that we all like, trust. That person used to be Oprah. You know, there's people who hate Oprah now. That's how bad we've got when we hate Oprah. Keanu Reeves. I feel like Keanu Reeves is the one person we all trust for now, I guess. Good old John Wick. We could sit on his therapy couch and maybe work some things out as a nation. Maybe. I don't know. But I think that we need to pick up a skill. When it comes to mental health, sometimes we pick up skills, we don't even realize what we're doing it. Like if you're stressed out, you'll pick up something that can kind of calm you down. You'll get into yoga or pottery or something, I don't know, or meditation. You'll do something to calm you down, whether you mean to pick up that skill or not. And I think that for us, with this issue, being desensitized, we need to learn how to communicate. Communication is a skill, so we can get better at it, or we can let go of it. We know how to argue, we know how to debate, we know how to suppress, we know how to dismiss. Do we know how to communicate? I'm going to speak, you'll listen, you'll take it in, right? You'll have some thoughts. You speak to me, I listen, we learn from each other. We've got to be able to do that, or I don't know what our end's going to be. I don't know. It's kind of like remember when you had two kids who were bickering, they're going at each other, and then they've been going at each other for a while, and then all of a sudden the parent steps in, and it's like, that's enough. It's enough. Calm down, that's enough. And they fix things. They lay down the law. You know what I'm saying? Then you're able to move forward as a family. We need somebody like that. It's not going to be a presidential candidate, or it's not going to be a person. We've already established we are desensitized. And if we are desensitized, Lord knows how desensitized you have to be a politician, to operate in that realm of lies day by day. I can't even imagine. No, it's not gonna do it. We need to take responsibility and utilize this skill of communication. We have to. If not, as far as that analogy of the parents stepping in with the kids, God might do that with us. And all you have to do, is gloss through the Bible to know that if God shows up and says, look, get it together or else, you do not want or else. So please, from a man who loves you, I implore you, pick up the skill or get better at communicating. It's really our only hope of getting it together. Cool?